What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We back with another home free reaction. This time we checking out their song One Voice featuring Billy Gilman. Now, before we jump into this, let's go down here to the comments. One Voice featuring Billy Gilman. Sometimes I don't know what's a cover and what's not, but sometimes I'll put it down here. Orchestra music. It might be a home free. I'm not sure if this is an original or not, but you guys are going to let me know in the comments. First thing I saw down here was in the description where it says, if you're struggling with mental health issues, which is interesting. So that kind of gives me a sense of what the song's going to be about. Mental health, problems or mental, keeping your mental healthy it's a very, very, very important thing that I think a lot of people, don't realize how damaged their mental is until it's too late. You know what I mean? Especially in this day and age where we're surrounded by technology that's just draining on our mental health, and we get used to that certain damage or that certain strain. And then when something that calls some action that calls for us to actually use our mental outside of just autonomous things, we find that we can't do it. At that point, it's not necessarily too late, but it's that much harder to kind of bring you out of it. I'm thinking this song is going to be touching on that. So, says here, the strongest people are those who win battles we know nothing about. First thing that I think of when I see this quote is philanthropists on Twitter who give a whole lot of money, great cause, they give the money and everything, but then they gloat about it, right? I can see the pros, I can see the cons, right? Because I'm an optimistic individual. I can see the pros as you're telling people this is what you're doing in order to maybe let other people know so you can help them as well. But then there's the dark side where people believe, okay, well, you're doing this to kind of just give clout, to get a whole lot of clout. Like, hey, I have a bunch of money. Here, take this. Here, take this. Here, take this. So I definitely do see both sides. But I do think it is strongest to do something. This is an old parable, a scripture in the Bible. I don't know the specific words, but don't always let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, right? That's what I get from this quote right here, because those are the strongest. Because usually when you do something that's of a good nature, the first thing you think about is that you want to tell something. The feeling is overwhelming, right? And it's overcoming that feeling and just keeping it to yourself is what makes it strong. So I ain't even heard the song yet and I already got all these huge opinions. Let's go ahead and shut up and turn it up.
Some kids have and some kids don't, and some of us are wondering why. And mom won't watch the news at night, too much stuff that's making her cry. We need some help. A yard, a neighborhood where you can ride your new bike to school. The kind of world where mom and dad still believe the golden rule. Life's not that simple.
Oh my goodness, y'all, hold on. Ooh, man, this is, you can kind of see you can kind of guess what's going on by the by the imagery. It's a tough video, man, but you know, Home Free's always been the band, you know, the acapella group to really address serious issues that's going on. And you know, with the lockdown, you know, especially extroverts, you know, those who strive or those who feed off social energy, right? Had it the rough, you know, being inside all that time and having to practice safe social distance, even if they could be social, you know, that wreaks havoc on our minds, you know. And I just want to let you guys know who is watching me. I do have some experience in, you know, being there in that mental space, and not only that, but helping others in that mental space as well. Um, don't be afraid to speak out, you know, ever. And those of you who suspect something, be be alert, if you will. Always be willing, be that helping hand. You know, it's not going to be easy. You know, it's not going to be easy for both parties. If you're the helping hand, you got to be patient. You know, because what's going to happen is if you try to help help people who are in a dangerous mental state, they're not going to want that help. So most of it turns into, you know, get away from me, you can't help me. So in those type of instances, you have to be extremely patient and extremely understanding. In those mental issues, although I see everybody that subscribes to me, but it's about 44,000 of you, and probably only about maybe 10% of that of you that watch these home free videos. I'm going to let you know that I'm always here as well. You could talk to me about anything. On Twitter is the best place to reach me. It's down in my description. You can come to me with anything, and I will do my best to lend a helping ear. I understand how serious it is to be dealing with mental issues. So let me help. Okay. Just wanted to pause right there and just talk about it because, like I said, I've been through that experience. It's not fun at all. Sometimes it's just a continuous thing that you just have to deal with. Okay. You can always count on Home Free to talk about the issues that we need to hear and not give us more crap, you know. And as far as acapella bands go, they are becoming, I'm not even going to say becoming, they are my number one acapella band, because I know they're going to touch on some issues that other people just won't talk about. So, okay. That last scene of him packing up the gun and leaving and everything, and you know, what I'm guessing is a suicide note just kind of really hit me right there. So, okay, let's continue.
Yesterday while walking home, I saw a kid on Newberry Road. He pulled a pistol from his bag and tossed it in the river below. One
So what I love about the direction of this song was how, we think about the narrative is, they try to bring that narrative as if, an understanding that, showing the narrative of what it looks like to be in that place, but more importantly, what it means like to change your mind, and I think that's one of the most difficult things to do when you have those mental issues is to bring yourself out of it. Um, so with the song, the chorus and everything, million prayers, million people, all was heard was one voice. What I get from that is that all it takes sometimes is just one person that's listening, one person to understand, one person to reach out and just talk to somebody. The best thing I like to do is just, if you see a friend, every now and then, just kind of ask genuinely, just say, hey, how's it going? How's life? Is everything doing good? Because the person who's having those mental issues, they're not just going to come out and say, oh my goodness, I'm thinking about, all this, I'm thinking about, some stuff that they shouldn't be thinking about. They're not just going to come out and say that, right? Some people are embarrassed, right, to be thinking about this. Some people are a little bit withdrawn. It all depends on what type of actions led them to be in this type of mental health. Whatever it is, they pretty much just kind of giving up on themselves, right? And there's not enough support out there. It's just not, because people are, some people are a little bit as far as caring for other people, it's just a lack of skills. Don't let your lack of knowing how to help somebody stop you from helping somebody, because all it takes is you just asking a simple question, how are you, and you never know, let's say you're just walking at work and you're walking in a hallway and you see your coworker and they might be super smiling and everything, but you never know what's going ahead. And you just stop and you just give a genuine, hey, how's it going? How's life? Is everything going good for you? Sometimes even if that person doesn't answer you that right, answer your question right away, they might go home and say, wow, that person asked how's it going, and before you know it, you guys stroke up a conversation and you just never know, so it's equally important, like I said, because of the pandemic that we were in. A lot of people were secluded into the houses. And if you were a very social person, it really, really wreaked havoc on your brain, and not being able to reach out, or especially if you lived alone, is just a really, really dangerous time. So anyways, powerful message. I was trying to pay attention to the singing like I usually do in Home Free, but I think with this one, although the singing was great, the most important thing was the message it was trying to deliver. Okay. Like I said throughout this entire video, if you guys ever need that one voice or just need a lending ear, the best way to reach me is on my Twitter account, which is in the description. Talk to you about whatever you need to, as much as I can, as long as I have the time, right? Because oh, 1,000 of you guys come in, I'll try to respond to each and every one of you if that's simply what you've done. If that's simply what you guys choose to do. But just know that I'm here for you anytime, in any place. All right, y'all. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.